Hi, today we are starting with a new Learn With Me series and we are going to start with the lesson Molecular Basis of Inheritance. In Learn With Me series, we will be learning from the textbook directly, point by point. This is going to be helpful for you to answer the questions, especially the 1 mark questions, so that you get into know the details of each concept explained. Okay, so let's start. So in this lesson, in the introduction part, it has been mentioned about the factors which you have learned in chapter 5, principles of inheritance. So in that chapter, factors is a word which has been used to describe the thing which has been inherited from the parents to the offsprings. So Mendel called them as factor. What we call them now is genes. Okay, the same thing what Mendel mentioned as factor is being called by us as genes. And at that time, scientists were not aware about the structure of the factors. There is no clue about what is the chemical nature of them. Later on, it has been found that DNA is the genetic material, at least for majority of the organisms. The full form of DNA is deoxyribonucleic acid. So what is meant by at least for majority of the organisms? It means that there are certain organisms which don't have DNA as genetic material. For example, retroviruses. Those are RNA viruses, isn't it? The same way. Okay. So these nucleic acids are polymer of nucleotides. Okay, nucleotide is the monomer which are combined together to form the nucleic acid, and there are two types of nucleic acid: DNA, that is deoxyribonucleic acid, and RNA, that is ribonucleic acid. This has been found in many living organisms. All living organisms, not many. Okay, so now DNA acts as a genetic material in most of the organism. RNA has multiple roles. It acts as a genetic material in some viruses. In addition to that, it functions as a messenger, that is the messenger RNA, mRNA, and it also functions as adapter. Adapter is adapting something, that means the carrier of amino acid. The role is done by tRNA, that is transfer RNA, and structural. In ribosomal RNA is a structural component. So then it is playing a role as a structural molecule, and in some cases act as a catalytic molecule, such as ribozyme. RNA enzyme is ribozyme. Okay, that we all know, isn't it? Okay, so what are the various roles performed by RNA? It can function as a genetic material, here you can see that, and it can function as a messenger molecule, that is mRNA. It functions as a adapter molecule, which is tRNA, structural molecule rRNA, and catalytic molecule, which is enzyme, RNA enzyme. Example is ribozyme. So how many roles are there for RNA? Genetic material, mRNA, tRNA, rRNA. mRNA is messenger molecule, tRNA is adapter molecule, rRNA is structural molecule, and catalytic molecule, that is ribozyme. So it totally has 5 different roles. Remember them. Okay, so now we already know the structure of nucleotides from grade level. Okay, if not, we will have a brief introduction about them in a separate video. Okay, so what is that nucleotide made up of? That we will learn little later. Then coming to the use of, what is the purpose of this lesson? You have to know how the genetic material copies its own self, that process is replication, and how does it control the various character. The characters are actually expressed by forming different proteins. How does the protein form from the DNA? First, the DNA has to pass on its information to RNA by a process called a transcription. All types of RNA are being made in this process: mRNA, tRNA, rRNA. mRNA is the messenger molecule, tRNA is adapter molecule transferring amino acids, rRNA is a structural component of the ribosome. All these three are important, okay, to make protein. Okay, so making protein using the information from RNA is referred as translation. Okay, so there should be a connection between the genetic code present in the mRNA and the amino acid incoming. So understanding genetic code becomes an important concept, and then how all these events are regulated, how they are happening in a coordinated manner. When it is not required by the organism, it is stopped. When it is required by the organism, it has been induced to happen. How that is happening, that all these things we are going to learn here. So the determination of complete nucleotide sequence of human genome during the last decade has sent in a new era of genomics. So we all know that human genome project has been done, and in that the entire sequence of human genome has been identified, elucidated. So in the same way, rice genome project was conducted, and various other microbes as well as beneficial organisms genomes have been elucidated, so that we know the entire sequence now. Using that we can improvise our lifestyle. That is a basic thing. So that concept of elucidating the entire genomic sequence is referred as genomics. Okay, and you might have heard about a field called bioinformatics. This field actually deals with how we can store the information from the genome and how we can utilize it for our purpose. Basically, that is what it deals with. It combines both biology as well as the advances in information technology together to use it for the benefit of humans. Okay, so now that's done. Coming to the structure of the DNA. DNA is a long polymer of deoxyribonucleic acids. Nucleotides. I'm sorry. Okay, so coming to this, what is deoxyribonucleotide? So what is a nucleotide made up of? First we need to know. A nucleotide is basically made up of a nitrogenous base which is attached to a sugar molecule, which is then attached to a phosphate molecule. This is what it is basically. Okay, this nitrogenous base could be a purine or a pyrimidine. So that and all you have you know already. We will learn that little later. This entire connection is referred as nucleotide. This sugar molecule is usually a pentose sugar. Pentose sugar molecule is referred as ribose. Ribose at the 2' as well as 3' position has a OH group, which is normally seen in RNA. But in case of DNA, the 2' OH is not present. Instead, it will be 2' H. The O is removed. That is why it is referred as deoxynucleotides. Okay. The length of the DNA is usually defined as the number of nucleotide or a pair of nucleotide referred as base pairs present in it. So how will you normally refer the DNA length? By mentioning how many nucleotides are present in them, if it is single stranded DNA or RNA. If it is double stranded, then you are going to measure them by number of pair of nucleotide or base pairs. So here you can see that a bacteriophage. Bacteriophage is a virus which infects bacteria. The name of that is 5x174. 5x174. Number of nucleotides present are 5386. In bacteriophage lambda, it is 48,502 base pairs present. So this base pair indicates that there are two strands. Two strands are present. Two strands of nucleic acid are present. But when you simply say nucleotides, it means that there is only one strand present. Okay, coming to the next one, in E. coli, it has 4.6 into 10 to the power of 6 base pairs. In haploid content of human DNA, it is going to be 3.3 in 10 to the power of 9 base pair. So let us recall them one more time. In bacteriophage 5x174, it is 5386 nucleotides. How many are there? 5386 nucleotides. In bacteriophage lambda, it is going to be 48,502 base pairs. 48,502 base pairs. If you remember this, like 48502, 48502, like that. Okay. Base pairs are present in Escherichia coli. It is 4.6 into 10 to the power of 6 base pairs, and in haploid content of human DNA is 3.3 10 to the power of 9. So here you could remember that it is 3 multiple, 3.3, all 3's are there, 3 3's are 9, so the 10 to the power of 9 base pairs. And if you see here 4 plus, if you see the even numbers, after 4 it is 6, so 4.6 into 10 to the power of 6, like that you can remember. It is just an idea I am giving so that you can follow that way. Here you can see 4, doubling of 4 is 8, and adding 1 to that it becomes 5, 4 8 5, then 0 2, that you can remember. Here 5 3 8 6, 5 plus 3 is 8, then 6. So like that some connection you can make and remember from that. So again I am repeating the entire thing now. The number of bases in 5x174 is 5386. In bacteriophage lambda, it is going to be 48,502 48502, and in E. coli it is going to be 4.6 into 10 to the power of 6 base pairs, and in human DNA haploid content of human DNA it is going to be 3.3 into 10 to the power of 9 base pairs. So with this we will stop and continue in the next video. And many of you have not subscribed to this channel. Please take a moment to subscribe and like the video. That will be like making me motivating to make more videos. Okay, thank you.